Fiddler Club is a private city club in the heart of Center City, designed as a third space for the modern city dweller, equal parts professional, social, and cultural hub. Located across from 30th Street Station, there's a boutique hotel with 14 thoughtfully designed rooms, perfect for members, friends, and family. And membership gets you access to dining, events, and a full fitness suite with an indoor pool, climbing wall, and spa services. Fiddler Club's work and innovation hub, ideal for entrepreneurs, remote workers, and teams of colleagues. And when you're thinking about work, there's everything from shared desks to private offices and boardrooms. Learn more about Fiddler Club becoming your third space, where work, community, and leisure intersect. Get more details at fiddlerclub.com/CityCast membership. I took a trip to the Sharswood neighborhood off of Ridge Ave and Master Street to a new affordable housing development that is prioritizing its youngest neighbors. Play is popping up where families live, thanks to a collaboration with community members and the Playful Learning Landscapes Action Network. Together, they've brought colorful, interactive murals and touchable signs right into neighborhood spaces. I joined the celebration on International Day of Play to chat with the team behind the project and, of course, get the scoop from the real experts, the kids. It's Thursday, June 26th. I'm Trinity Nuri, and here's how Philly plays. All right, the music is bumping. The snack table is set up. I see kids in line waiting to get their faces painted. Some are sitting at a table coloring by the mural, and others are exploring the books in the mobile treehouse van. Also, if you look down, the sidewalk is painted yellow and red, and there's colorful animal prints. I sat down with the architects Lizzie Rothwell and Beth Emick about creating this space. Lizzie, tell me what's happening here. What does it look like for our listeners?
It has this outside track where kids are encouraged to bring their scooter, bring their bicycle, maybe even a stroller, and travel around the to the sides of the building. And they can travel on the road or they can travel on the animal footprints. And then on the front, there are these repositionable signs where kids can set up their own course for, if they want their friend to hop across the track, then they put it on the rabbit hopping. And if they want their friend to spin in circles, they put it on the spider spinning sign. So that's what's happening here.
So from my understanding, there are 2 installations, right? Lizzie, can you explain the concepts?
Sure. So these playful learning installations, the Live and Learn project, is a pilot project made possible by William Penn Foundation. And they chose 2 affordable housing developments, one which had been fully completed in 2021, I believe. And then this one, which was under construction when we started, or just starting construction, really, when we began the playful learning design process. So I was involved in this one that was just starting construction. It's 350-ish units. It's a huge housing development. We have 3 mid-rise buildings, and we have a number of townhouses. So part of what we were looking at was finding locations within this set of buildings and kind of as you move across the city through the existing fabric of the city where we had these opportunities or moments for playful learning. So this one we're at is called Run the Road. It's intended to teach kids, depending on their age, either about traffic safety or about basic geometry and shapes, and also just in gender play. We have these animal footprints, we have the roadway, so different modalities of transportation. So
I saw the sign that said, walk like a penguin.
Yes. And then within the building that's at the corner of Master and Ridge Avenue, we have a mural that really is about the identity of the neighborhood and the history of the neighborhood. So it's highlighting important people and important buildings and locations throughout the neighborhood, just trying to give the kids that live there a sense of belonging and ownership of the space.
I mean, often you don't hear about when you're building a building, you don't think about the kids.
Correct. So, and also I would say that when we're building this type of building in particular, it can be hard to imbue it with a sense of place, like a real legibility about where it's located and who lives there. So in doing this project on top of the architectural design, it really gave us an opportunity to do that we don't necessarily have on every project. And that was great.
That's great. Beth, what about the other location?
So the other location for the pilot project in North Philadelphia around Susquehanna Square was with Community Ventures was the developer. And that was the project that was two existing buildings that were already built, but recently at 15th and 16th Streets at Susquehanna. And so there we worked with Treehouse Books, who is the community partner right around the corner from those housing locations, and really got to understand the community, not only in the neighborhood, but the kids that come to Treehouse Books and what they enjoy doing, what sparks their interest around reading and learning. And we learned that a lot of them were very into graphic novels. And we really used that as a platform to understand how they saw their heroes, not just historical heroes like Martin Luther King, but the heroes in their neighborhood. So we really crafted this idea of a graphic novel come to life so that kids and caregivers and community members could step into their own story and really see the power of how they can affect change in everyday life.
I was going to ask you, what does success look like when you build these interactive installations along with housing units?
I'll say, on our end, we're excited to be part of this pilot program that introduces playful learning into affordable housing developments. We've done other playful learning projects with different community organizations, and definitely that first day when the kids see all the installations and they start interacting with them and playing with them, and the joy on their faces, the aha moments when they solve a puzzle or they share a story or make a new story with their families. It's just that's what it's about, is that kind of joy and spark of interest and excitement and engagement and dialogue.
I would say similarly, this morning was the first time that I saw any kids interacting with any of these installations. And it was actually over at the third piece of it, there's a small garden about a block away from here. And there was a young boy who had seen on the little library installation the icons, the symbols that he was supposed to be looking for hidden throughout the garden. And he found one and said, "Oh, here it is. It's right over here." And it was just an extremely exciting moment to see that all playing out and coming to life. But I would say also in terms of what does success look like, I think that if we're able to use this pilot project and continue and carry this forward on other projects, and if that just becomes part of what's expected of a project like this, an affordable housing project like this, I think that is the true mark of success.
So what problem are these installations intended to address?
I think one of the foundational challenges is literacy and early education and access to literacy. And these playful learning installations are really intended to spark foundational literacy, and not just around reading, but around communication and dialogue. And it's really the foundation for success in life later on, being able to communicate, being able to have access to information and knowledge.
So you want kids to ask their parents or their caretaker, well, what is this? What does this say? How do I move this piece of...
Yeah. And some of the things we do on projects like this together with the partners at Plan and the team is we'll create prototyping exercises and get the community involved. And there will be different games like story starters where kids can make up their own stories and create stories with their families and then read stories. And I think just having that access in their communities, just being in school isn't enough. It's really having those opportunities to engage with installations in the environment, being able to do them with your family, your caregivers, your neighbors, and really build that community of learning around you, I think is really important. And I think we all learn, all of us, even adults, we learn better when something is really fun and exciting. So it's really important to spark that love of learning early on with our youngest neighbors.
We're sitting right outside a building where kids will be living. So I think it's also about bringing the learning to them. in the setting where they live. They can come right outside. They might not be able to get to a playground that afternoon with their caregiver, but if their caregiver is ever able to take a load off and sit down right next to this track here while they run around and play and think about how animals move or what a yield sign means, that's all learning that's happening right in their home, more or less.
Lizzie, who funds projects like this?
So this project was a labor by many different organizations. So Watchdog partnered with Playful Learning Landscapes and got funding from the William Penn Foundation, and then found 2 developer partners, in this case Penrose here in the Sharswood neighborhood and Community Ventures up at Susquehanna Square. And then the architectural firms contributed as well in terms of labor. And we all kind of came together to make that happen. In terms of the built work, it's all through a William Penn Foundation grant.
After the break, we're going to hear from some longtime community members who collaborated on the project and how the kids feel about this installation. Looking for some Philly fun out in the water? The Philadelphia Canoe Club is hosting their annual open house on Sunday, June 29th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will be live music, free canoeing and kayaking at the Wissahickon Creek, and a sale on used gear. All equipment is provided. There's also going to be food and drinks. So come celebrate the club's 120th anniversary at the historic old mill house with a day of fun and community. Come to 4900 Ridge Avenue by the Wissahickon Transportation Center. Enjoy nature and connect with an active paddling club. For more information, check out philacanoe.org. We all know Philadelphia is a revolutionary city, full of American firsts. But did you know that Philly is home to America's first penitentiary? It started as a bold 19th century experiment to reimagine the criminal justice system in America, and it continues today with Eastern State. Eastern State is a nonprofit dedicated to deepening our collective understanding of the criminal justice system. On the grounds of Eastern State Penitentiary Historic Site, open to the public every day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., tours, exhibits, and programs illuminate the powerful history and legacy of this iconic Philadelphia landmark. And the Eastern State Center for Justice Education, a nationally recognized voice in criminal justice education, serves as a catalyst for workforce development and a connection point that provides online and in-person opportunities for engagement, dialogue, and impact. Visit easternstate.org to learn more, plan your visit, and get involved. Discover, discuss, share at Eastern State. Hey, CityCast Philly listeners. If you're thinking about getting a new car, now is the time, and Jeff D'Ambrosio is the place. With all the talk about tariffs and rising prices, Jeff is going all out this June with employee pricing, Jeff's exclusive discounts, and zero tariff impact on any vehicle in stock. You can save up to $15,000 on a brand new Jeep, Ram, or Dodge, and drive with monthly payments as low as $199. He's the #1 Jeep and Ram dealer in the Mid-Atlantic, with the biggest inventory and a customer service experience that's second to none. You'll be welcomed by a friendly team, and even Jeff himself stops by to offer honest advice. Whether it's a Jeep Grand Cherokee, Ram 1500, Dodge Charger EV, or a luxury Alfa Romeo, Jeff D has it all. Check it out at gojeffauto.com. Then head to Jeff D'Ambrosio Auto Group, the #1 destination in Downingtown. Nobody treats you better, nobody saves you more.
My name is Darnetta Arcee, and I'm connected to this program because I'm the executive director for the Lower North Philadelphia CDC. And we were part of this partnership because Live and Learn wanted to come in and talk about having play and with affordable housing and making sure that this was something that all affordable housing projects would include in their projects, having play for the residents and their children.
Okay, when you're seeing the yellow sidewalks with the animal prints, what does that mean for you?
To me, it means that it's development, it's progress going on, that something new is happening. And I think that everyone is ready for the change. This neighborhood has been neglected, not invested in, and now we see investment. That's what this means to us. This is investment.
For someone who doesn't know or they just come into the neighborhood, can you tell me a little bit, like, what do you do at the CDC?
Oh my goodness, I'm the executive director and we're a resource center. We give out so much information to the residents about grants and low interest loans, about basic system repair program, how to go to the city and get a CAP program, the TAP program, getting your home repair, rental improvement program. That's for landlords if they want to get improvement to their properties, as long as they keep their rent under a certain amount, they don't have to pay the money back. The city is investing in landlords as well. Then on top of that, we have educational programs. So there's a lot going on. Yes, a lot of resources.
How long have you been in this neighborhood?
Am I telling my age? I've been in this community for the last 64 years off and on. But my mother here, she's been here all her life. How old are you now, Mom?
85.
She's 85. In fact, she was born in the house on the 2400 block of Harlan Street. Yeah.
Did you want to say something?
I like everything they're doing up here now.
It looks so
this
different.
wasn't nothing like this.
I remember when I used to live over here. That building wasn't there. The PHA building wasn't there. None of that. The pizza shop over there. I remember the Chinese store, right? Chinese food store over there.
The fact that PHA has come into this community was right. It represents change. That someone took the time to even invest to put a building like that in this community. All of this is representing change. That's what it's about.
Oh, that's over there.
Right.
Too.
Right, and not only that,
It's all new.
this has brought opportunity for employment. We're talking about economic development. We are now part of the mayor's Taking Care of Business street cleaning program and the Pennsylvania Horticulture Society lot maintenance program. So we have 6 employees because of those type of programs. My employees now have benefits. So and for the most part, you can walk to work. How beautiful is that? And they have pride in what they're doing because they look down the avenue and they want it to be clean.
You mean Ridge Avenue?
Ridge Avenue, and they want it to be clean and they look good, saying, oh yeah, we did that. That's what we do. And the businesses also applaud them and say, hey, great, we're glad you guys are here, And so it's a great working relationship.
These are your grandchildren sitting in your lap right now?
Yes.
Okay, tell me your names.
Tell her your name.
Mahila Phillips.
Right. How old are you?
3.
3. Wow, I like your beads. And what's your name?
My name is Demi Sears.
Oh, and how old are you?
5 years old.
Nice. So how were the girls involved in the project?
They were coming to the meetings with me. And they actually said what they liked, what they didn't like. They came to the play area. They walked behind 2013. They participated.
2013 Master Street.
Master Street. They said what they liked, what they didn't like. They also played outside. They played with the toss. They like being available and working with other children. And that's the one thing I like. This will help our children to socialize with one another as well. And that's what that first meeting did when they had them outside, a trial run. It helped them interact with other youth in the community.
Is there anything about this project that you want to talk about that just how you guys built this? And
I'm glad it was a collaboration. I think too many times, I know, not that I think, there's a separation between PHA residents, Penrose residents, and longtime community members. And we're trying to break those barriers and say, no, we are one community. This is a cohesive effort. We need to work together. Our children need to learn how to play together so they can live together as well. So this is an opportunity to break grounds to doing something different and new and not just say, oh, those are PHA folks, those are Penrose folks. This is the Sharswood Brewery Town community, and we want to be seen as as a community.
Now, break it down for me. What is Penrose?
Penrose are developers, and they build the projects. That project was there at 2013 Master Street, which is affordable houses, and I believe it's also mixed use.
All right. Now, girls, now tell me what's your favorite part of all of this installation today?
I like playing.
You like playing? And do you like the animal prints?
Yes.
And what about the stop signs?
I like the stop sign and the other stop signs.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'll let you guys go back to, what were you, coloring? Yeah, making some crafts?
You had to say
And
yes.
did you want to say anything? What was your favorite part of today?
I like the signs and the animal prints.
What's your favorite animal?
Lion.
I like your lion mask. Well, it's so nice to meet you both and talk to you. Thank you so much for being on CityCast Philly.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Philly. If you enjoyed this episode about some really cool learning opportunities that are happening in Sharswood, tell one of your neighbors. Rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter, Hey Philly, to learn more about what else Philly's talking about. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Friday News Roundup. Bye.